is to lose a lifelong client like myself. I've been with Progressive for 6 years. I've been paying $276 for one car. And I've called him a few times and I said, hey guys, can we do something about this, right? Like I have an extensive coverage. I'm a great driver. I had a little pingy needle, whatever you dongle you call it. I had that in my car to make sure I'm a great driver. And they're all saying, it's really funny. They're saying, well, you are a fantastic driver, but it's not you. There are a lot of other lousy drivers in Austin, in Texas specifically. They are submitting so many claims, and that is raising your premiums up. So then I'm at dinner with a few friends of mine, and we're talking about insurance and costs, like what does it cost to maintain their house and everything. And I'm like, yeah, but insurance, you have two cars, and how much is the insurance? They're like, 100 and something for both of them. And I'm like, really? So, but do you have just the basics, or is everything covered? They're like, no, it's a lease. Everything is covered. And I'm like, how are you paying less than me for more cars? And they have kids, and they have a van, and they have completely different cars and everything, but they are paying way less. And they're like, well, call State Farm. So I call State Farm, and I'm like, hey, I just want a little quote. Guys, I got the same rates, the same coverage, and better. Actually, some of them are like better coverage, plus renter's insurance for a third of the cost that I paid Progressive. And I'm like, okay, let me call Progressive and let me tell them. I was like, hey guys, you're about to lose me. I've been with you for 6 years. I'm paying you a lot of money every month. Don't you want to keep me? And they're like, no, sorry, these are the premiums. And I'm like, I've been a really, really good client. And, your competitors are offering way better rates than you do for the same exact coverage and some more. Don't you want to keep your clients? And they're like, the one question that I got was, so what makes you leave? And I'm like, because I spoke to you 6 months ago and a little bit before, and I said, I'm, not very happy with everything that's happening. Are you guys going to do something about it? And you just shrugged and you were like, And I'm like, okay, then adios. And so that's very, very interesting in terms of marketing and retention, because it takes so much money and so much effort to grab a customer and keep them for the long run, right? It takes forever. And when you finally have someone who is paying on time, who doesn't cause you a lot of headache, who's a good customer all in all, right? Does everything that you want him to do, you should put a little bit more effort in keeping them. And that little bit more effort does not mean, race to the bottom in prices, but don't say stuff that's like, well, sorry, everybody else is messing up. You're great, but because they cost us more, we can't really offer you anything better. When your competitors are grabbing all your clients like that. So Jocelyn is saying, I'm surprised State Farm is better for you. We switched from insurance to Geico when we had to have our 16-year-old daughter. I don't have a 16-year-old daughter. Maybe that's the difference. We have an awesome coverage and 3 vehicles, and we didn't save 15%. You saved over 50 with Geico. That's fantastic. Yeah, I saved even more now with State Farm, which is crazy to me. And Donald says they are lying. Just got to mention changing companies and they will change their tone. So I did that, Donald. I told Progressive, I called them and I said, hey, I'm canceling today because I got a better quote somewhere else. They didn't even flinch. They didn't care. They just said, okay, goodbye. And we'll refund you the pro rate of what you paid for this month. So actually all their refund paid for my first month and some. So as a company, this is the spiel here. One thing is go and do your research. Maybe you are overpaying for things that you think are average and they are not. As a company, I would actually really encourage all business owners, look at your best customers, give them a call, talk to them, figure out what will make them happy. If I stayed with Progressive for 6 years, you would think I would be a very valuable customer. But I wasn't. So take a look at that. Maybe you guys can save yourself something for the new decade, and just shop around. Sometimes it works, Donald. You're right. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In my case, Progressive could not care less. Maybe Texas is really filled of lousy drivers, and they're just like, well, we don't care who we have in Austin because it's lousy anyway. Anyhow, save yourself some money. Take that money, put it in savings, invest it in something, make that money make babies, like what Grant Cardone says, and shop around. I think that is the most important thing for us consumers. And as companies, look at your customer experience. Really, really focus on that, because we do have options. And if you don't care, there is always a replacement. There's always somewhere else to go. So with that, hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. And there's a great podcast pitch going on right now on Massive Media. If you haven't caught it, go catch that. And last thing, we are coming out with the T&R Accelerator. If you're interested in that, keep your eyes tuned, because we're setting up some really, really good things that will help you accelerate the trust and relationships that go into growing your business. And that's it. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic Thursday. I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye. Next podcast. I'll see you in the next live.